Dudley a moment ago, and he was talking about Kyle, and it's still sort of the ways he thinks that he can improve. And just wondered your observations, Frank, of him playing in the spot behind two All-NBA guys, and how that's impacted his season versus what you expected of him, and how much better you still think that he can get.
Well, obviously, he can get a lot better. He's a young player, but he brings a lot to the table right now. And, he's in a difficult predicament, because, a lot of his counterparts at his age that are on teams without, established superstars, are getting bigger roles. And he certainly is capable of that. But, his role is going to be different on this team. And he's had great acceptance of, trying to find ways to just contribute to winning basketball, and has had a great attitude about it. So, he's going to continue to. It's actually helping to round out his game, so to speak, rather than just focusing on scoring. The defense, the rebounding, the hustle plays. They're all things that maybe you're not focused on as much if you're a young focal point of an offense. So. I think in the long run, this is ultimately going to really help his career.
Hey, Frank, it's Bill Oram. Hey, you guys talked about flex staffing a lot on your way to Orlando, and there was a video the other day we could see Rob out on the court rebounding a little bit. I'm just curious, have you been able to use him as an extra assistant coach a little bit? And if so, what's it been like to meet his boss?
Well, that's always a good reversal, right? Doesn't everybody wish we could do that for a little bit? He's been wonderful. Obviously he's led our group with the encouragement that everybody's going to be in flex staffing and willing to do any job to help out. He's been out rebounding a little bit. I actually used he and myself in one of our drills. I didn't see any ready available cones. So I stood off of one elbow, he stood off of the other elbow, and the players had to run around us. So we served as cones during practice, which was new for both of us. And now we're just honestly, like, the group that we have here, we're having a lot of fun, and this idea that we all just got to pick up the slack, carry a couple extra bags, we're all buying into it, embracing it, and making the best of it.
Frank, it's Dan Whitey. I'm curious, what has the NBA communicated to you about what game day is going to look like in terms of crowd noise, video boards, virtual fans, any of that stuff? And is there a concern that in an effort to try and get everybody involved, that it could get gimmicky, I suppose?
Well, obviously that's a concern of the league. I really, it's a little bit blurred for me in terms of, the things that I've heard, which were written about in the media, and what came across as an official memo. So I honestly am not really 100% sure what they have planned, but the league does a great job with presenting the game in the right way, and I'm pretty certain that they won't do anything that appears too gimmicky.
Hey Frank, it's Kyle.
Kyle.
I know you guys have talked about how much you have liked your chemistry all year, but that being said, this setup, everyone sort of experiencing the same conditions, even though you're distance, you spend a lot of time together. What effect do you think that has on how this group relates so far?
Well, again, if you have a group that's tied together and enjoys each other, this is an environment that we could thrive in. If you have a team where, maybe that chemistry isn't as strong, there's great risks of spending too much time together. And, it's something that I think all 22 of us teams are measuring. But, I feel really good about the vibe we had, what we had in the regular season prior to the hiatus, and it feels the same now. We're all excited about working every day and the process and getting better and building the habits. And, look forward to seeing it play out in games on the court.
Hey Frank, Melissa Rowland here. Quinn Cook was talking a little bit about who LeBron James is off the court in the bubble, and he was saying he's willing to talk to anyone and everyone, he even talks to security guards. I'm curious, what have you observed from LeBron James off the court?
He's a lot of fun, to be honest, and he really is. I commend him for someone of his stature to just be one of the guys, and to be hanging out, at the little outdoor area that we have at the hotel, the Bubble. A lot of the players are grabbing dinners and going back up to their rooms, and Bron's sitting down there with his teammates. I think he really enjoys our group. Both his teammates, our support staff, our coaching staff, and I commend him, like I said, for some of that stature to sort of have that mentality of being one of the guys.
We have time for two more instead of time.
Hey Frank, I'm curious, when you guys were first named Lionel back in home, talked about how he's still a really important part of the staff and he would still be very involved. I'm wondering, just like in practice, how has that played out? How often are you guys communicating? Is he on speakerphone or on Zoom in like coaches meetings or anything like that?
Yeah, he's very, very vocal in all of our coaches meetings. Gave him a little shout out in practice yesterday. I looked at the camera and spoke directly to him as if he was in the gym with us. I was actually speaking to the wrong camera. I was the video camera as opposed to the Zoom camera. Two very different things. But he's very, very much a part of what we're doing. It was one of the concepts that he would normally take a drill throughout the season, and obviously he was just here remotely. So we gave him a little shout out, and then every morning in the staff meetings, like I said, he's one of the more vocal coaches, just giving his observations. And look, there's value in that. Not having him here is not the ideal situation, but the ability to see things from afar with a different lens than seeing up close gives us all a different perspective. So, I think there's strength in what he's bringing to the table, and we're happy to utilize him in that way.
So last question to Joe.
Hey Frank, Joe Barton.
Hi, Joe.
How's LeBron look at practice?
Outstanding. It's really remarkable how well he's been able to stay in shape, to stay ready, to be sharp. It's as if there wasn't a layoff at all, and he's playing at a really high level.